Night ride on the tread.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Candid Room where champagne kisses meet confessions. Sorry about that. I messed that up today. But you know what? It's okay. How
It's
are
all
you
good.
guys doing? We already got two in the room already. Good evening, people. I'm excited to see that. That means
What's going on,
we have
y'all?
been anticipating and waiting for this show. Go ahead and share your champagne glasses in the chat. Let me know what you're sipping on. You know, all right, all right, all right. And I need to go grab mine. I forgot to
Yeah,
go get that, so I'll get that in a moment. But
I made sure I had mine today. I'm sipping on some nice herbal tea.
see, nothing wrong with a little bit of herbal tea to get the. And what type of herbal tea are you drinking on today?
This is it's like a almond and it's all natural. I don't do the artificial flavors, but this has it's like a almondy and black tea kind of mix.
Okay,
And I always add like a splash of almond milk with it as well too, instead of just being water. So I like to spruce mine up a bit.
okay, okay. Well, that sounds good. Now I'm a tea drinker myself. I try to eliminate coffee as much
Yeah.
as I can. So I'm definitely am a tea drinker. I mean, it's healthier for you actually. And of course, black coffee is fine, but people like
Yeah.
to weigh it down with sugars and creams and things like that. So
Yeah, I
doesn't
had to back off of coffee
coffee.
because it gives me the jitters even when I went to decaf. My body is going through that transition phase where whatever what I wanted to drink
Mhm.
before, I can't. So I'm like forced. It's not a bad thing, but I'm forced to now go towards just tea. So it's all good.
Okay, okay, okay. So I got this shared everywhere. I'm just make sure that TikTok and Twitter has this going. And as a matter of fact, since you're drinking your tea today, and then everybody that's kind of in the chat, I want y'all to share this out. How are you feeling today? How has your week? This is Monday. We decided to make this show Monday so it can be the start of your week. You already prepared yourself on that Sunday, and you're coming in on the Monday, ready to get the week started. Why not start it off with us? So,
Absolutely.
how are you feeling
Yeah.
today?
Yeah, let us know in the chat how y'all are feeling. Because Mondays is very important. Just like Maggie said, we want to give y'all the boost of energy and the mindset. I know some of y'all already done went to work today, so you get to
I did.
relax with us. And we always got a great show. So let us in the chat know what you sipping on and how you feeling and where you're from.
Okay. And if you're in here, you're in here. We love you. We appreciate you. And of course, I know we're gonna get deep into this topic. So I'm sure it's gonna relate to a lot of people. So like I said, share this out. So, but for me, I'm feeling pretty good. I was a little energy drained today from work. Um, but I knew I was like, just bring it back, and got to get through this. And this show always brings me the energy anyway. So,
Yeah.
we feed off of each other and things like that. So I didn't have anything to worry about. I was like, I got this. I got this.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
yeah.
My day today, I plan to do something. You ever plan something and it don't go according to plan? But it wasn't a bad thing. It
Yeah.
was my dad wanted to have a meeting with the family today, and instead of
Okay.
being at home, he was like, let's all go to Starbucks because that's like a meeting place where we go.
Okay.
And it felt really good because we spoke about our business plans.
Okay.
Like
Oh,
my mom is working on her business plan, which I'm excited about since I got her in the chat. I told him
love
about
it.
my blueprint that I told you about that I'm working on, and my dad, he surprised us and said he's working on an app. So we stayed there for about about 2.5 hours and just had it felt like we were a business family. And I
Okay.
feel really good about that because, I don't know how most people are with their families, but that's where I want to go is not just me being successful. Cause I don't, who wants to be the only successful person in the family and everybody looking for you for a handout where it's just like, nope, you got yours, and we can bring this wealth together. And then after that, we ended it with a nice country drive. So I
Oh,
got out the house and I wanted to get some business stuff done today, but I'm not complaining because sometimes you get derailed and say, no, you need to spend some time over here. And then now I'm on the Candid Room with you tonight. So I'm happy.
good, good. I'm glad you're happy. I'm glad of that. And I'm just sharing this out everywhere it could be. So I love it. So let's go ahead and get into this conversation. I hope
Yes.
people, because it's a couple of people's like, I'm gonna really need this. So I hope you take this in, replay it back if you don't catch it all the way through. Some people may be getting off of work and things like that. But once you can kind of get into a place of just where you can kind of relax and release, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
take this all in, take your notes, um, rewind this back. You can remix it too. I know YouTube has an option where you can, whatever is your favorite parts of the show, you can remix it, reshare it. We would love to have all these things that we're getting ready to talk about today. So,
Absolutely.
as you know, I'm going to start off with I didn't have an image, but the candid motivational moment. Um, and this is kind of going into what we're talking about today. So, and it's actually a great topic because it relates to me quite a bit, especially within the last month or so of just now. Can you explain what's kind of happening right now? It's like this is the time period where uh, some things are being revealed, and can you explain it a little bit? What area or what season is right now as far as why everybody's thinking that some things shift changes and things are happening. Can you explain what's happening right now?
Yeah, I got you. So, for those who don't know, we're freshly new babies, and I say that quite literally in this new age of Aquarius. I don't know if everybody's familiar with what age is, but Aquarius deals with it's the water bearer, it deals with truth, it deals with technology, it deals with a new beginning. So this shift, we're put it this way, we're going through a birthing canal where because it's the end, it's the beginning of the age of Aquarius, that's why AI came out and hit so heavy. That's
Yes.
why the Diddy trials, that's why all the other companies are coming out. I like to look at it like this. We're all we're our age that we are, but energetically wise, there is a new shift bear that we're going through. So we're like little kids all over again.
Yes.
And that basically means that new jobs, new relationships, new ways that we're feeling. I hear an echo on my side. Hold on one sec.
Mm-hmm. Do you still hear it?
Test one, two.
I don't hear it though
Yeah.
on my side.
I don't know why. Hold on one sec.
Okay, take your time. Take your time. While I'm doing this, I'm getting another image I didn't bring up.
Okay.
But I don't hear it. And if fans, if you're in the chat, let us know if you hear an echo. But I actually don't hear an echo myself.
Okay. I'll just go ahead and push through it. I still hear it, but I don't want to stop the show specifically for it. But Age of Aquarius. Okay, now it stopped. Weird. That's another thing I wanted to bring up. Technology will act weird as well during this time because the planet is having energy that's hitting differently. We're evolving literally as a species. So expect a lot of shifts, expect a lot of changes. That's your finances, that's your relationships, that's your overall mind in general. So if you're feeling a little bit crazy, and I will admit this, sometimes I don't feel like myself. We're shifting from one way we used to think into a different way. I'll give you a better example. Old me used to be broke mindseted, didn't know much about life. New version of me is taking care of Aaron, learning about finances, learning about progress, shedding old people from my life, making new business decisions. Basically, just like this Candid Room, this is birthing something new into what it is. So that's the whole energy cycle that we're going through right now is stuff is being left alone and new opportunities, new places. If it's anything that's new in your life, it's normal. If it feels like anything is draining from your life and it just doesn't belong anymore, let it drop down. And we're going to talk more about that into the show, which is why it's called The Art of Letting Go. But we're just going through a musical chair phase right now. So everything that you're dealing with is going to be shifting. So it's normal.
So I put myself on mute. That's probably why you was hearing an echo. But do you hear it now?
No,
No,
it
it
stopped.
stopped.
Well, I
Well,
hear
I
it
hear it
now,
now,
but
but
it's
it's
perfectly
perfectly
fine.
fine.
Okay, okay. Long as it's not, what I'm gonna do is probably mute myself and listen to it on YouTube just to make sure it's not interfering. But I think we're fine, to be
Okay.
honest. Okay. But I kind of wanted to get into this one. I made this today. Actually, look at me, it's so pretty.
More like
More like
sexy.
It's so
Let's
pretty.
call
Let's
it
call
what
it
it is.
what it
That's a
is.
nice,
That's
I like
I
that
like that
photo. But
photo.
keep going.
Thank you. I was feeling myself at that picture. You know how sometimes the camera light and just it's like I gotta snap this. It's beautiful. But this is my candid motivational moment. This is what's going on with me right now because I feel like it's a lot. Actually, I have an interview with the artist that's going to be performing at my meet and greet this weekend, and the manager and the publicist right after this. So I just have a lot of things going on. But the quote is, "I may not see it all yet, but I know God is aligning everything in my favor. Great things are on the way, and my spirit is ready to receive them." Now, I want you guys to kind of look at that, take it in, especially if you're creating something, you're being positive, you're doing your shadow work, all of those things, and you're taking care of yourself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all of the above. And you notice that as you walk into this new way of life, you're in your new version of you. Things are starting to get better. Great things are happening to you, and it's certain things that you hadn't even quite seen it yet, but it's right there in the background, waiting to happen at some point in time, because little things are revealing itself to you for the better and the positive. It's like, why is all these things aligning with me now? Everything is starting to get into place. The puzzle pieces are being put together, and now it's all making sense. All the hard work I put through to this, the way I spoke it into existence, I manifested it. Now the things are actually coming into tuition. So this is me saying that now because it's a lot of things that are coming my way that I'm very grateful about. And all it took for me is just to release the things that was unnecessary, all the negative energies and things like that, and embracing that positive and accepting this new journey and not being afraid of it. What does that quote say for you?
First of
First of
all,
all,
I
I
really
really
love
love.
what you created simply because it speaks self-love. And I talk about this all the time. You chose an amazing photo. It looks good, so you get to see yourself. And step one, because it's the left and the right brain. The right brain sees pictures and imagery. The left brain sees photos. I mean, not photos, but words. So you're giving your brain a healthy dose. This is who I am. This is how I see myself. And then the quote, I may not see it all yet, but I know God is aligning everything in my favor. It goes back to that quote that I heard where they said, I think Dr. King said that you don't have to see the whole staircase, but just take the first step. And that's very important in life because Maggie, you have a vision of where you want to go. You don't know exactly how you're going to get there. I have a vision of how I want to go. People out there who are watching, you can see the big picture, but take little baby steps. because when you take a step, the next step will reveal itself. So I may not see it all yet, not see it all, but you see something of it. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel. But I know God is aligning everything. That means you trusting in your spirit, you trusting in God, you trusting, you know that there's someone holding your hand who knows what it looks like. So you start off with a bang saying, this is my goal. And then you end it with great things are on the way. So that's confirmation, saying, I already know that great things, I'm opening up that door. Great things are on the way, and my spirit is ready to receive them. Step one, I don't see the whole staircase, but someone's guiding me. Step two, I claim that great things are coming my way. And the important part is you actually said, I'm ready to receive. A lot of people don't recognize when you say these words, they're not just words. Words hold power and energy. So you just declare to yourself, I'm ready to receive. So your brain is going to hear, okay, Maggie is pushing out there. She wants to be able to receive. So I absolutely love the quote because it shows you're ready. It shows the world you're ready. And even if we didn't see this, the fact that you're actually looking into this is a very good thing. So that's my take on it. This I actually need to take a page from your book and do the exact same thing. So
Okay. And could you mute yourself real quick? I'm gonna come in and out. I think when I played it back, there is an echo. So I'm gonna come in and out. Maybe that'll fix it. I'm not sure what's going on, but and I'll test it out in a moment. So I'm gonna come in and out if you don't mind, and I'll be right back.
and while she's out, are you back already? Okay. While she's out, once again, we appreciate you all coming out and watching. My name is Cosmic. I am the co host in the Candid Motivational Movement for Candid Room. This is a place that's perfectly safe. You can let your hair down. You can sip on your tea. You can sip on your wine. This is a place where we just give you all motivation to do everything that you need to do. So we appreciate every single one of you for actually being here at this moment in time. And as always, shout yourself out. All right, she's back.
Okay. So if anybody's in the chat, let me know if you hear an echo. I would appreciate some feedback. Cosme, if you wanted to say something real quick, we just want to test something out here.
Okay.
Actually, if you want to speak now, I'm going to mute myself and well, I'll play it as we're going. Let's see.
I
just don't
still
want
hear
to
the echo on my side.
You do.
So I'm not sure why. You know what? Since you went out, I'll do the same thing
Okay.
because it may just needs to be a reset. Wait, are you still muted now? Or are you talking?
No, I'm not muted now.
Okay, I don't hear it anymore.
Okay.
So yeah, so I think we're good. But just to kind of make sure, I'm gonna leave out anyway and then come back in so we just seal that deal.
Okay. Okay. And what I'll do, people, after this is I'm going to upload this to the audio, but I'll probably take the part where it's kind of echoey. So I do apologize for the technical difficulties here. We're just trying to get it together. Sometimes audio. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're listening. I'm glad you're paying attention. I'm glad that and hope that you're having a wonderful day today. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into our conversation here. Ring around the rosy today. Do you hear it anymore?
Test 1 2 1 2. Nope. I
Nope.
think we're good.
Okay, I think we're good. So, audience, if you're here, hey there. Hey, Jamie, can you hear anything right now? Do you think we're good now? Thank you for tuning in. Do you hear
Welcome,
any
Jamie.
echoes when we're talking? And if not, then we can go ahead and proceed. But I think if you're not hearing it, and maybe because you're connected twice, you think that could be it?
Well, that might have been it. I just entered I'm muted on this side and my mic is so I got
Are
all
we
the
good?
audio muted. So it should be excellent.
Okay, let us
Appreciate you,
know if
Jamie.
anything changes. Okay, thank you, Jamie. Like I said, I'll probably start this from this start. So since it was people are just coming in anyway, we can kind of just restart, reset. So
Okay.
I think that'll be good.
Yeah.
So with that, because I didn't want anybody to miss it, and maybe they cut it off because of the fact that it was echoey and things like that. So we apologize for the technical difficulties. Hey, thank you, Jamie, for letting us know and confirming. So today's episode, we are going to be talking about the arts of letting go Mastering the flow of energy through acceptance and release. And I'll probably do that motivational quote after the fact. That way,
Okay.
for those that, so since we're going to start it from this point here,
Got
I'm
you.
going to go with it. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And let us know how you're feeling, Jamie. How you feeling, and make sure you're sharing this out. We love you. We appreciate you for being here. So the
Yes,
art
appreciate you.
of letting go, mastering the flow of energy through acceptance and release. This is an important one because, and it's going to kind of go into detail a little bit, why it's good to release it at a positive note, though, versus when it's hatred and things like that. You want to forgive it. You want to accept it for what it is. And I'm going to go into details just a little bit about why we say that. So, what we'll be covering basically is just, how life is a cycle. That's everything and everyone comes into your life for a season, a reason, and a lesson. And we're going to talk about how your energy is currency, how, your stagnation means it's time to shift, so when you're feeling stuck, that's a sign that release is required for your evolution. So it could be holding you back, letting go of the hurts. But, once you let go of those hurts, it can heal you, as well as releasing with love, not resistance. So exit things with gratitude, not guilt. Letting go with grace accelerates your next blessing. So just a little bit of what we're going to talk about. Just get into that one. Okay. Is it? Oh, it disappeared. Okay. Thank you. All right.
And Jamie, I like the fact of letting us know, just seeking the art of letting go. This is the perfect segment for you. This is why I like being in tuned with, a lot of people, because this, like you said, this is something you came in right on time. We had a few little technical difficulties, but we let that art, we learned to let that go and then restarted,
Mhm.
and boom, here you are. So everything works itself out.
And that's the beautiful thing about it. It's just um, one thing how we move and operate. There's no panic.
Mm-mm.
There's nothing to be afraid of and things like that. You just you move with the punches. That's just what life is going to do for you. Some things you might plan all day long. Something, you got a blueprint. You got it how it's supposed to be. You got that what it is. You open a storefront. You got the best clothes ideas. You got all these things that you're putting out there. You're in your head. You're thinking about how it's going to be wall to wall people in line ready to buy your products. You advertise well, etc., etc. But you open up that storefront, and guess what? Grand opening, and you're just waiting. Hmm, where's everybody? You might get a couple of
Exactly.
people peeking in, like, "Hey, what is this? Come on in, let me tell you about it." But guess what? That's your pitch. You're pulling them in, but don't feel bad about your grand opening not going the way you thought it was going to go. Just be thankful that you have a storefront to grand open. The people will come, just like a show. The people will come. So thank you, everybody. I see a couple more people have joined us in the chat.
Welcome in. Welcome in.
And welcome in. Put your champagne glasses, your teacups, whatever you're sipping on right about now. If you haven't went to go get it, go ahead and grab that so you can have a toast with us at the end of the show. So, and I'll be going to grab my beverage in a minute, or I'm going to summon my children to come do it. That's
That's
what
what
mother
that
is
create.
for. It means
Right.
come
Come
forth,
and bring
come
me my
hither,
stuff. Right.
bring me my tea. Hello, Misha. How you doing? Good evening. Let me know how you're feeling, Misha. And I love that Jamie was saying earlier that he, like you said, he's seeking the. Uh, this is a perfect segment for him today because he is letting go of some things, and I'm glad that this letting go is for you. So,
Absolutely.
with that being said, let's get into some of our topics for today, and gonna break it down just a little bit. First thing is energy is currency.
Straight up.
And what does that mean? I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of examples and explanation, and then of course, Cosmic, if you want to go into detail what it means to you. I'm doing well. Hope all is well with you all. I'm having a wonderful day. It was a long day at work, but I made it through. Monday, ugh,
Yes.
that's the most time that you got to bring all your energy because you don't enjoy the relaxation of the weekend, or it was too busy because you're trying to do everything in that weekend because you're off now. For those that works who's off weekends, but some people are 7 days a week that don't get a break. So Monday is just the indicator of a start. Sometimes Sundays is an indicator of a start of a day, just depending on how you kind of look at it.
Hmm.
So energy is currency, and what holds you, what you hold holds you. Basically, everything you cling to comes with a cost. Holding onto old lovers, jobs, expired friendships, or outdated dreams creates energy congestion. Think of your life as a river. If debris block the stream, nothing flows, so it's clutter. People wonder why they're not manifesting, not realizing the old energy is clogging the signal. And I'm going to give you some examples of that. A room full of clutter holds the energy of your past, old clothes, gifts from exes, outdated ideas, and things like that. Just think about what's cluttering your room now, what's cluttering your mind right about now, things you haven't quite let go. It's holding a space in your mind right now. It's gonna always be there. It's something that you just always reflect back to, no matter how you're feeling, no matter the day, no matter what it is, just something right here is just boggling your mind each and every day. Something you just can't let go. So, and as far as when you clear that space, you invite the new to enter. So, kind of what does that means to you, Cosmic?
Well, I've studied the body and the energetic field and the aura field, and I had no idea. You hear about this stuff in school, but you don't really pay. I didn't really pay attention to this stuff. And I didn't learn about this fully until I was in my 30s, and I'm glad I did. Literally everything is energy. Like we don't plug into a wall. We get up, we got food that energizes us, we got the sun that energizes us, we got everything. So hearing energy is currency, I don't know how everybody else feels with that, but we rely currency on money, right? But what also is currency? Electricity.
Mm,
I started to relate everything. You got the current of water, you got the current of electricity, and you also have currency, which is money. They're not separate. So, whatever energy level you're on, whatever mindset you're on, I would just say whatever energy level you're on, period, that is going to affect everything around you. So, whenever I hear energy is currency,
mhm.
if I'm living a broke mindset, and I'm not saying broke mindset means it has nothing to do with your education, it has nothing to do with your 9 to 5. It's if my energy is low, where I'm
Mhm.
always feeling bad, like you said, dirty room, dirty house, clutter,
Yeah.
dirty mindset around other people who are talking negative, that's low level energy. And therefore, that energy will only bring you to a certain point. Old relationships, like you said, when you first get with a relationship or your first job, that was a lesson. And most people have a tendency, will look back and be like, oh, that relationship was terrible. It wasn't the best. It was a lesson. And once it ends, you're supposed to release and let it go. But if you hold on to them, if you hold on to their stuff, if you hold on to those thoughts, if you hold on to that MF wasn't great, that SOB wasn't doing me well, blah, blah, blah. You hold on to that energy and you wonder why you can't move forward. But when you let it go and say, I learned a lesson, I was young, they were young, I'm moving forward, you heighten to go to that next level.
Mhm.
And I'll even use the example of the show tonight. When we first came in here, you and I was having technical difficulties. Now, it could have went two ways. We could have been mad, upset. Why is this? I don't understand why this is going this way. But I literally felt like it was a test because we kept our cool. We said, you know what, the mic is going on. It's almost like, let's see how grand they want this. Let's throw a little, your quote that you said, you don't see the whole step, but God got you.
Yeah.
It's almost like, okay, Maggie, Aaron, let me not have nobody come in. Let me have your mic mess up. Let me have this mess up. Let me throw you a boomerang and see how you act. And we stayed level-headed. We still kept it going. We reset. And as soon as we reset, what happened? Everybody started coming
Coming in.
in. The
And that's
mics
what I
got,
thought it was. I was like, we had
yeah,
people here, then we didn't have people here. So it's like the echoes kind of threw them off, possibly. That's why I'm
right.
asking the chat. Let us know, how do we sound out? But I think we're perfect because you no longer hear that echo, correct? Okay. And then your sound is off again. Lost you. I love it. YouTube universe, I love you. We gonna work through this thing today. Um, let's see. What we'll say while you getting that together. Hey Maggie, hey Cosmic, how are you? I think I hear you now. Cosmic, how are you both
Okay.
doing? All right, happy Monday. Hear you now. Everything sounds good. Okay. Look at Saturday too. We just putting in reps. That's all. Okay. Sounding good. Perfect.
Am I
That's
good?
all I need to know. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't I have to get this thing checked out. But again, I'm not gonna trip. Just now, interesting. Notice I was just talking about test. And then what happened? We're gonna mess with your mic again and test you out. So I learned to let it go. Technical difficulties will happen. I'm
Oh
glad that
yeah.
we here connecting with people. So also this show, if we're gonna talk about the art of letting go, practice what you preach. These things, I don't let them bother me. Me,
No,
Maggie, and I, we're having these technical difficulties, but we still going with the flow. And this is proven to ourselves. This is proven to God. Whatever it is that you believe, we solid, we good. We'll let go of what didn't happen and we're gonna keep moving forward. So that's what that literally meant to me is when you dealing with something right then and there and it doesn't go your way, acknowledge it,
mhm.
let it go, and keep moving forward because the only way to go is forward.
Absolutely. And I love that. So just energy is currency. Like I said, we're gonna just kind of brief through these things here. I thank everybody that's kind of tuning into us. And then we move with our hands, Cosmic. So probably you're bumping it or something, and just like, okay, you're explaining yourself and expressing yourself very well. So maybe, maybe. So, but thank you, Will. Thank you, everybody that's here. Make sure y'all share this out so everybody can know and hear
Yes.
these. Because we're gonna, in the end of it, we're gonna just break it down how to release that energy. Um, in more detail. So I can't wait to get to that part of things because it's I want everybody to kind of take that in, take a screenshot of it, and I see what Will said. He says, I guess the mask failing falling is just human. We appreciate the space and time and content, plus it shows character that you can finish it out. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, that's no thing like that. And that's how you proceed. You take it and you keep pushing and moving on with it. Kind of like you said, Saturday. Will is the perfect example. Will was having some technical difficulties. I think his internet went out, and he
Mm.
normally is on his phone or device where it was perfect the last few episodes, but that particular one, something went out where his audio was messed up and things were, and he got a little nervous about it. And I said, "Don't. These things happen to everybody, as you can see.
Yes.
So long
And
as you got people in your background to help you, and your co-host that was there, he was continuing on. I ended up jumping on for him, but he was able to get back and continue the show. But it's okay. It happened.
yes. And to relate to that, keeping your cool, you gotta be aware of every second. Because like you said, the moment you freak out,
Mm-hmm.
that's energy.
Mm-hmm.
So if something happens to you, and we got to remember life is always a test. We're
Mm-hmm.
here to experience a human experience and be tested. So if something gets thrown your way and you freak out, and a
Oh,
lot of people don't know when how when you're angry, you could feel different. it
yes.
it navigates the
Throws you
room different.
off.
Yeah, so it's like the computer is energy, you is energy, the mic is energy. When you go with that freak outness, you now get stuck in that, and your show or whatever it is that you're going through will follow through. So that's why I teach people chill. It happened, acknowledge it,
Yeah.
relax, reset, and just act like everything's cool. Because, and I want to ask everybody in the audience, me personally, I love it when people are real on the show.
Hmm.
I don't want it to be, oh no, there's a technical difficulty. Maggie and I are gonna hash it out afterwards because it should have been perfect. No, people want to see, look how real they are. Look at how they keep
Yes.
their mind. This is a real show. This is not, there's no such thing as perfection. So
Mhm.
I like it when people are understanding on these things, and it also shows who we are as individuals.
Absolutely. And that's why I said, and this kind of goes to relationships, even if it's friendships, romantic relationships, professional relationships, what have you. Me personally, I like to see a person in all their seasons.
Yes.
And that means I want to see how you handle pressure. How do you handle your emotions and things like that? I want to see, the all those stages. Oh my God, it's happening. How calm you are, or how panicky you are, how long it takes you to bring it back on back. Some people can't. Some people just, I'm about to show out and I can't come down because everybody now is going to feel my wrath because I'm upset. I'm angry. I don't know how to calm down. And then those that get even more angry when someone say, calm down. It's going to be okay. And it's like, whatever. I am not okay. And but you're panicking, you're worrying, and your mind is just like, react, take it out on people. But me, I like to see everybody's seasons just to see how it happens. You know what? I got this. We're gonna make it through. All right. What's up, everybody?
Absolutely.
How you doing? I want to see how you handle those things. And the people that can stay calm as much as they can throughout all of that, those are the people I'd love to be around because I'm watching how you handle things, and it's like, you know what? I think I feel like myself getting a little upset, but you know what? I saw how this person kind of stepped away a little bit, breathe,
Hmm.
came right back to it. I'm gonna follow in that footsteps because I like the way that this person handled it. So I'm gonna kind of take that in myself and do the same. So I have another comment here. 100% people embrace you more. The colorful language and all. It's a constant evolution, but the more you test yourself, I find the Lord goes, okay, you're running now. Okay.
Hmm.
I love that, Will. You just be coming in with some beautiful things. And like I said, everybody, share this out. Thank you guys for being here. And I love the interactions that we have. We're getting ready to go into our next topic of the hour. So we talked about energy is currency for those that are kind of a little late to the game. I love that. It's just teaching you that, like I said again, what you hold holds you. So the next one after that is the soul contract has been fulfilled. Hmm. So I'm gonna ask the audience. I love, interactions from everybody. What do you think that statement means? I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes. Just kind of read it and tell me what do you think that it means. And I'm gonna break it down in a little bit more detail with a little example, so it can make a little bit more sense. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
let us know what y'all think,
what
because
do you
we can easily tell y'all, but we want to know to see how on point you are, what you actually think it is. Because this is another thing I found out about energy is these soul contracts. So we'll give you, what you want to give them, like 30 seconds?
Yeah, we'll give you 30 seconds and then we'll read some if it's kind of a little late because I know we are a little delayed with the responses. So, um, and then we can see if it matches what I'm going to break down and say. So, but the soul contract, the contract has been fulfilled. And what's a contract means? Hmm.
And
It
just
can
to let
mean
y'all know,
mhm,
there's no wrong
no.
answers. So I don't want y'all to, there's no one particular answer. Your answer, everybody has a correct answer. We just want to know what comes from your mindset. Don't be shy or feel like, man, I'm saying the wrong thing. Your answers, every answer is correct.
Absolutely. And anything. Because look, this for me is you get your juices flowing just a little bit. Because this is one of those episodes I want you guys to start using your brain, thinking a little bit, get in your head, and just like, so what you're hearing and everything that comes together will just start like, man, I'm feeling this right about now. I'm thinking here. Because the more you use your brain is a muscle. It's a memory. And the more you use it, the more you can retain and keep and remember and everything. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing to keep up with as much as you can definitely help it. So I always say, learn something every day because it benefits this.
Yes.
No matter how big or small it is, always take the time and pick up a book, read something, educate yourself on something that you haven't touched before. Because right now, this is the age where everything is coming together. I see some comments. Let's get to it.
We got James with the first one coming in.
Okay, let's see. James said, since a contract is an agreement, it's an agreement to your soul to where it's set in stone to where you look out for yourself. Okay. I like that. I like
Yes.
that. Okay. I'm here, but I'm driving. Okay. That's good. Don't just listen then. That's
Yes.
all right. I
Yeah.
appreciate you
Yeah.
at least letting us know you're listening. So, think about it in your mind. How about that? And speak it out loud. And then if you hear us say that, yeah, that was it. That's what I want. That aha moment. So the soul contract has been fulfilled. And what that means is not all connections are meant to be forever. That contract. Some are meant to wake you up. Relationships, of course, again, jobs and seasons of life come with spiritual contracts. When the purpose is complete, so that person was in your life for a reason and a season, but it's like, you know what? You're done your due diligence. It's time to go ahead and end that contract. The contract dissolves, even if the ego doesn't like it. So some people might not like that contract to end. It's like, what do you mean? I've been holding on to you and I need you. I can't do this without you. Where you going, friend? Lover. Mama. What are you saying here? So trying to keep something past its expiration date creates karmic loops. Here's a highlight. Every soul you meet is either a blessing or a teacher or both. So meaning teacher part is it might have been something that ruffled your feathers a little bit, pull you through the dirt, pulls yourself from the bottom up because they was dragging you down to the nothingness. And it's like, I don't know how I'm gonna crawl out of this. Why are you treating me so terribly? Why I'm in this hole? But it's a lesson. It's a teacher. So what does that mean to you? Just those highlights and things like that. Explain, a little bit more in your perspective, the soul contract. How has that? What does it mean to have it being fulfilled?
Well, soul contract, everybody on this planet has a soul or a spirit. And I was taught before I got this knowledge that you just born and life just happens. That's where a lot of us think. Life is just happening and I don't know what it is. But before you incarnated here, you had an agreement with God, spirit, ancestors, again, whatever it is you believe in, that you were going to come here and have an experience. So you have a contract of maybe I came here because I have karmic debt, stuff that I did in a previous lifetime that I didn't do before. And that contract could be you got to do something that you've done in another lifetime. You come here to learn something. You come here to be somebody, whatever it is, life, relationships, jobs, nothing just happens by accident. So when I hear that not all connections are meant to be forever, my mom used to say this all the time. She was like, baby, whoever you get with, some people are in your life for a season and some people are in your life for a long time. Maggie, for example, we've been friends for a good while. She's not a seasonal friendship. She's long term. My other friends who have been in my life for a long time, they're long term because it's written in that contract. But the relationships I've dealt with, certain friends that came and went, certain relationships that came and went, those were seasonal contracts. Hey, Aaron, this person's going to come into your life. You're going to learn something from them. And I want everybody to realize everybody you dated, everybody you've dealt with, you've learned something. Most people will just go through life and say to themselves, oh, that relationship was trash, or this person wasn't up to my par. That's one way of looking at things. But I want to challenge everybody, just like with the brain exercise. You learned something from that relationship. What was it? And when you don't learn from that relationship, it's going to happen again. And I'll say this for people who are dealing with relationships to where you keep attracting the same people. The reason that continuously keeps happening is because you're supposed to learn from a lesson. I'll use me as an example. I had a relationship where, my previous relationships, I would jump in too quickly, falling in love. How many of you all probably had the same thing I was dealing with? You fall in love very quickly, you jump in, you don't know about the person, and then you find out things later. I went through that about 3 different times. I learned my lesson this time to where I'm like, nope, had I not gone through those heartbreaks, had I not gone through those trauma defenses, then I wouldn't have learned everything that I needed to. So those contracts that I went through, you know, yeah, that was my problem. Falling in love when I should be rising. Yes, yes, Jay, and trust me, fellas, we're visual learners. So I know I'm not the only guy who went through that whole ordeal. Like ladies, y'all, I'm pretty sure y'all heard this. We're very visual. So it's easy for us to actually fall in love so quickly. But when we don't learn to pause and just we're going towards the flesh, every person who comes into our life, until you learn that contract, until you learn that lesson, you're going to keep attracting those same people. But once you learn it, that contract is complete. And now the next person that comes into your life just to test you, they may actually be the same thing. Oh man, she looked good or he looked good. Wait, hold on. Let me get a chance to know them. And they may leave. And that means you completed your contract. And then once yourself and God sees, okay, you learned your lesson, bring in the next person that's going to teach you the next one. So learning how to deal with that in relationships, same thing with jobs. Maybe you work the same 9 to 5 job all the time and you get tired of it. And most of us will not change until something switches. Okay. So a contract can be certain jobs that you worked. Once again, for me, I do entrepreneurship work right now because I don't want to do the 9 to 5. That's just me. Everybody has a different contract. But my contract was, Aaron, your last job you got fired from. Not because you did anything wrong, but your contract was up. And I'll tell you all the story. I tried to get back into the 9 to 5 jobs on the same level and it wasn't working for me. And just so you all know, Maggie had to disappear for a little bit. I don't know what was going on, but she will return. But I'll just keep it going for right now. But the job contract that I had, I still tried to go towards those same 9 to 5 jobs. And every time I went in, it was not working. And I didn't know what was going on. And it wasn't until I was like, let me shimmy. There she is. Let me shimmy
I'm back.
my shift. Welcome back. Let me shimmy my shift and go towards where God is leading me, which is the entrepreneurship. And the moment that I did that, I completed that other contract. Maggie, I was just telling them about relationship contracts, about how if you don't learn that lesson, you stay in that karmic loop. And then I just mentioned about the job contract as well too, to where I gave an insight about I was working the 9 to 5 jobs, but when I ended my last job and they fired me and I tried to go back to that same ordeal, nothing was working. It wasn't until it was like, no, you need to go towards doing for yourself. Once I went towards that, then my new contract started to actually open itself up. Because trust me, when you try to go back into a contract, it's almost like you keep getting slammed in the face.
Hmm.
And eventually, if you don't, it'll eventually teach you. But if you don't, things are just going to stay on that endless cycle. So you got to stop and pause and ask yourself, what is it that I'm actually dealing with?
And Jamie said that was my problem. I'm not sure if you said it earlier, but
Yeah,
falling
I
in love
did.
should be rising. And then thank you for welcoming me back. And I kind of wanted to get back because I missed your comment there. So falling in love when I should be rising. Mm, okay. You know what, Jamie? I'm glad that you are going through your journey at this point, and it's wonderful. I'm just seeing your comments, and it's not unnoticed. I'm telling you, the more and more and more you discover yourself and discover things about just the way life is, the more it's gonna start making sense to you. So I'm here for it. So definitely share us your journey as you go through it, and the things that you're noticing, how these episodes are definitely touching you. So appreciate you for putting it out there. So
Absolutely.
so beautifully put. I know So now that everybody got that, did that match kind of other people that couldn't respond? Just shaking your head. I could just visually think that you're shaking your head, yes or no. But did that make a little bit more sense with that explanation of what that is, what a contract is, as far as just people's existence in your life at this point? So let's go ahead and get into. So we talked about energy as currency. We got the soul contract is revealed, has been fulfilled. Now, stagnation is a sign. The
Got to pay
universe
attention to
doesn't
them signs.
move in circles. So, the universe doesn't move in circles. I wonder what that means. Let me go ahead and get that up here for you. It says, when you resist change, you resist your evolution. The stuck feeling that you get, when it's like, oh, I just feel like I'm in a slump. I'm going nowhere. And why these things keep happening to me? Every time I go a step further, I go back a step back. Because you are not wanting to accept the change that's happening to you, or you're not trusting in it and believing that there is a change. That's soul stagnation. Many people pray for something new, but never make space for it. The longer you grip, the heavier it gets. Here's a key tip: you don't manifest a new life with full hands, you manifest by clearing the altar.
Mm, mm. And that's um that's a telltale sign. Right when you came back in, that's what I was talking about, is that loop de loop. And that loop de loop is no fun, because I've went through too many loop de loops,
Mm-hmm.
and it feels like, to me, life always felt, it feels like a movie, my own personal movie. I don't mind reruns, but I don't want it's not fun when you feel like you're stuck in your own rerun. And what I mean by that is, just like I told everybody, if your relationships, no matter how many new people you get with, it's the same old dance. It's not the relationship, it's you, because you keep choosing those same people. They could be new faces, new experiences, but if you don't change, you stay in that loop de loop. That's relationships, that's jobs, that's problems, that's insecurity, that's business moves. So you that's a telltale sign of whether I'm moving forward or moving ahead. Not saying you're always going to have new experiences, but if it's been years and you just see that the same old thing is happening, or if you have certain friends, I had to learn this with my friends. You, Maggie, I know you can, I know everybody can attest to this. If I see my friends in the same loop, I used to not say nothing. I would talk about them, not necessarily talk about bad, but I would say, hey, Maggie still, no, I wouldn't say this ain't about you, Maggie, but as an example, I'd
I
be
got
like,
you. I got you.
yeah, like, I don't know why such and such keep dating that same girl or why they keep doing the same old thing. And it's like, okay, Aaron, your contract is if you see in it, you need to say something to them. So I
Mhm.
don't do that anymore. If I see somebody going in a circle, I don't take no offense to it. I say, hey, what's going on in your life? Because I'm noticing you still doing the same old thing. How can I help? Or I want to point it out to you. And once I started to step into my contract of leadership, telling people, I started to see change. Because if you friends with me, and we talk about this all the time, I don't want somebody who's stuck in a loop in my circle because I don't do loop de loops. So I'm always going to be that genuine friend and say, hey, friend, let me talk to you. What's going on? How can I help? What are you dealing with? Don't keep doing these things because I want to see you progress and move forward in life. We don't want that stagnation.
So let me ask you this question then. Okay. So you're saying that you don't like the people in your loop de loop and loop, so not just for you, but for anybody that's in the chat right now. Thank you, Aisha, Jamie. That's taking a different approach to make positive changes. And she said absolutely. So I want to take it back when you were saying that you're noticing it's the same thing. And I'm gonna put this to somebody that's in a dating world out there. Um, and you just keep attracting the same type of person, but just a different body. You're wondering why you just keep getting these same type of people. It's like, oh my gosh, he's sorry. He doesn't, he's not attentive. He's has nothing going for his life. And it's people that's out there. I just like to pick up a broke person, if you will. I like to be that person that's gonna heal them. I feel because some people like to feel wanted and
Hmm.
needed. And um, I had a friend that was like, you know what? My biggest thing is I really want somebody to have to depend on me. That makes me feel whole to be able to help a person to make them feel better. And that makes me feel better. Or does it now? Because helping that person, a person that's not willing to accept it, that's not taking it in, not listening to it and learning from it, and taking, everything that you taught them and, pointed out. I think you need to make these changes. You keep getting with the same type of person because it's familiar. You might think it's a different person, a different body, like I said, but it's like, I wonder why I keep attracting the same people. But at the same time, have you looked in the mirror and looked at yourself at the same time? What
Hmm.
you reflect sometimes is who you possibly are on the inside. It's that accountability. It's that facing some things about yourself that will kind of shine a light more into, oh, wow, I'm around these people because maybe that's all I know. Maybe that's my comfort because I don't know anything else. I don't know any better. I don't have people around me to show me any different. I have people in my life that is just always, man, come on, you can party with us and you can hang with us. What are you doing? You want to better yourself? There's nothing that comes from that. Look at Roger over there. He tried that. It didn't work out for him. You know what? You're right. It's not working. Or a bad relationship. You keep getting into these relationships because you're overlooking the red flags. It's a lot of things. You're getting around people that are bad influence on you, alcohol, drugs, anything. It's your surroundings sometimes that creates that attraction to those wrong type of people in your life. So my question is it you sometimes that this pattern continues to happen to you, from the people to yourself to the situations you get yourself into, where your life is stagnant at the moment? Stagnation is a sign you're stuck. You're going nowhere at this point, and you're 40 years old. Still trying to figure yourself out. Oh, I want this, I need this, but are you doing something about it? Are you? So just giving you guys something to think about. Is it you? Do you need to turn that reflection and point that finger back at yourself? Is the question. How many people are out there would want to take accountability for their, for themselves and face some of those things that you try to shuttle away and say, you know what, I don't want to face this, like family issues, child abandonment, trauma, all those things that you just keep masking with an alcoholic beverage. And I don't want to talk about this, out of sight, out of mind. Or is it? Is it really out of sight, out of mind? Or does it come back when you're crashing out and, all those emotions that you're holding in just kind of like just bombard, just your mind is like, why are these images coming back to me when I'm angry? When I'm talking to someone that brings that familiar thing back to me, I realize I'm not over it. Because you really haven't faced it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something to think about. And what do you think about that, Cosmic?
I'm gonna agree with you 10 billion%, because everything is absolutely us. I study the brain, and most people, well, I don't want to say most people because I don't want to put nobody in that loop. I'll say me. We got this beautiful thing, this body given to us, but we study cars, clothes, sports, athletes. We know everything about what's outside of us.
Mm-hmm.
But when I stopped and turned the mantle towards me, you know how they say you point the finger? How many more are pointing back at you? You got it's that simple. You can point, but you still, and it's interesting how pointing, we were never taught to point like this. We were taught to point like
Yeah.
this. So really you thinking you're doing something, but that energy's coming right. You got 3 against 1. So when I studied the brain and I started to really see you're having a human experience. Everybody in your life is a reflection of you. And you cannot change as much as you try this. You cannot change anything outside of you because it's a reflection of the internal. I'll use a relationship as an example. I grew up, my mom is very hardcore. She's deep within her masculine. Not she's feminine when she's ready to be, but my mom has pushed me throughout my life and she don't take no ish. She's, so I was wondering, I was like, and I asked myself, every woman I date, and I know y'all have heard this before, every person you date is a reflection of your parent. You're not looking to date your parent, but when you're young, how many of y'all watch babies? You ever seen babies when babies watch everything you do because their brain is recording. This is love. If my father beat my mother and he says I love you for it, okay, that's love. If my mother beat my father, okay, this is love. Or if my father gave my mother flowers, that's love. Or if my mother cooked or did whatever for my father, that's love. It took me a long time, Maggie, because 3 relationships. I was like, why do I keep attracting these type of women? And I also said I like women. I was like, I don't want a Susie homemaker. That was not my type. But then once I broke that loop and I actually saw, wait a minute, I'm dating essences of my mom. So I'm looking for women. Or not looking, but if I see a woman is matching that, my brain automatically is like, I like her. But then once I started to flip it, because I love my mom, I really do. But I'm just like, you know what? I need a switch. I can't keep doing the masculine women who are. I need a little bit of soft gentleness. I want her to go there, but once I looked within myself, and I looked at my mom and I looked at me and I really sat down and I changed myself with my affirmations and started looking at different things and changed my ways, that's when my relationships changed because we pick who we want. And once I shifted my awareness, I stopped.
Uh-oh. Lost your sound again. Don't get too deep in it. I was like, this is good. I'm back here. Let me sip on my Gatorade. Hold on. I
Helps
love
me.
it. Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
What helps me is I'm glad when I see your mouth move and I don't hear nothing. That lets me know my mic went out. Which again, this is the second time, so I need to change. I can't come back on here with
Yeah, you
this as
gotta,
much as I love this.
don't tap that microphone. How about that? You just
What's good is I'm not even touching it, but I think my energy is probably my energy doing that. So let me talk without my hands. But yeah, once I and I'm gonna tell y'all the biggest secret. The biggest secret, if you could do this, my spirit had me forced back to leave with my mom. I lived with my parents. I was wondering why, spirit God, why would you, who trying to live with their parents? But when I say I'm so glad, I was like that baby again. I watched my mom and my dad, and a light bulb went off, and I was like, oh my God, how my mom handles my dad. And again, it's not negative, but I'm just watching. That's because my last relationship, she said, you just like your daddy. I got mad at her because I was like, no, I'm not. Spirit said, sit down and watch. Once I saw that tennis match, I changed it. Now I don't attract the same women. I don't do certain things anymore. I switch my whole lingo. Now the women who are coming into my life are the ones that I particularly am valued for. But it was because I stopped blaming, and I tell people this, please stop saying this, men ain't, women ain't, because when you say that, you attracting
you
those
tracking
ain't
those
as people.
ain't
Yeah.
people.
So your words hold power. So
Mm.
you need to, instead of saying men ain't or women ain't, no, the men that you dated weren't. The women that you dated weren't. Stop saying it. Start saying women who are around me are beautiful. They know themselves and they're unique. You start saying that, watch how they start to attract. So we can't be in that loop-de-loop with our friends who keep saying, oh, you know he ain't, oh, you know she ain't. Get around them
Ain't
friends, because if you,
nobody out here doing
yeah,
it.
you calling them same people on and they ain't got nobody. Get around somebody who got successful lives and be in, because I want to see somebody, man, I love my wife or I love my husband. They're amazing. I want to hear that, because now that's what I'm gonna start saying. Every woman that comes into my mind loves herself as she loves me, as she loves God, as she's good with money, she's good with finances.
Woo.
Now
You saying a lot right there.
I'm
Hold on, one thing
attracting.
before you even get into it. You said love yourself.
Yes.
That's key.
If I could not love Maggie, I could not love the woman in my last relationship. I thought cards, flowers, candies, baby, let me. I thought that was love, but I realized I was not loving myself. When you cannot love yourself and you don't know that, you cannot love the other person. Now that I done pulled away, I love myself like a chocolate milk dug candy bar. Okay, can't nobody touch me because I love myself so much.
Preach.
Now, my whole MO, she got to love herself before we even unwrap that candy bar.
Oh, and you know what? And people, and I love that you said it and you broke it down that way. People looked at me crazy because I don't know if anybody was watching the Red Table Talks with Miss Jada and the what's the word? Whatever they had going on. What was the word? I can't think of it right now. Y'all put in the audience. I remember that word when she was messing around with that young boy.
Oh, I remember.
That. And no, so she was testing the waters with other people and things like that, and I guess, we was trying to figure out, do they have an open marriage? What's going on with that? Will Smith said something that people clowned him for. He said, basic, thank you, entanglements. Other ways of saying, a fancy way of saying messing around. But what he basically said, let me find that quote, actually, because I want to read it verbatim. Let me see. Will Smith quote.
Yeah, because I'm interested. I don't remember. I remember that whole ordeal, but I know you about to bring up something great.
Mm-hmm. About loving. I think it's loving yourself. Let me see.
And while you looking that up, I'll say something else real quick. Keep your business off social media from your relationship because that
Mhm.
was a real big problem for me. It wasn't necessarily social media, but I was letting everybody know because I was seeking validation about my relationship. And you never know who behind your back, if you're telling your problems to them, you giving them permission to spread your business, and that energy builds up, and that messes up your relationship even more. Go ahead, Maggie.
So, Will Smith said, in the midst of all of that things and like that, they both admitted, their wrongdoings and, all this in the relationship, how uncomfortable Will Smith felt when she was talking about her entanglement with someone else and how it led up to that point. Will Smith said, her happiness is not my responsibility. She should be happy, and I should be happy individually. Then we come together and share our happiness. Giving someone a responsibility to make you happy when you can't do it for yourself is selfish. Let that sink in.
Mm,
I'll read it one more time.
please do.
All the people in the back, just listen.
Please do.
People cussed me out, and I'm gonna tell you how they was feeling about it. But her happiness, listen to this, people, hers or his or whatever, is not his responsibility. She should be happy, and I should be happy individually. Then we come together as happy people within ourselves and share our happiness together. Giving someone a responsibility to make you happy when you can't do it for yourself is selfish. I just want to repeat that again. So I put that out there. I was like, you know what? I agree with you, even despite all the controversy that's going around you, Will Smith. It kind of relates because I was in my relationship searching for that person to save me, make me happy, make me feel good. Some of the guys on the Atlanta Falcons Nation, making me feel good.
That Halle Berry line. Can you make me feel good? That's from Monsters Ball, by the way. Which he won an Oscar for. No clowning. I'm just saying. Can you make me feel good?
Making me feel, so it's a classic scene, y'all. But so with that, that was me searching in my relationships, wanting that person to support me, comfort me, because I was going through some things that I didn't want to face, some childhood trauma, some adult trauma that I was dealing with as well, with family, friends, relationships, all of the above, child abandonment in my relationships, because I wanted you to make me happy. So when you're not making me happy, I'm not happy. So with that, I was like, you know what? I agree with you, Will Smith. And let us know how it sounded, Misha and everybody in the chat. People looked at me crazy. It's like, what are you talking about? Your partner is supposed to be there to give you love, care, and support, and all this. They supposed to make you happy and all this kind of stuff. But have you ever noticed somebody that, let's say, this person that you started to date is healed, or is about as healed as they can possibly be? Thank you. But You notice how they pour all the love into you, and you're not accepting it. You're in a place of, I don't know how to take this in, and I'm doubting how you're feeling about me. I don't know if it's really love and things like that. So now this person that's on this high, because they feel they love themselves within. They got with somebody that actually doesn't love themselves. It went from here to here. Why won't you accept it? Why won't you believe that I love you? Because I can't. I got this trauma that's blocking me. I don't know how to feel. I don't know what love is. I don't feel like love inside. I empty. I'm empty. You're speaking those things. I'm sad. I'm depressed. I'm nothing. I will never be anything. Yada 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 yada. Oh man, I'm sorry. Let me help you over here. I'm gonna bring you over here. I'm gonna rub on you and heal you and try to help you. But I don't want to fix myself over here. So it's now this person is here. Now this person is low energy. Now this person is like, I don't know if I'm no longer good enough. I've tried everything that I could possibly do in this relationship, and you have torn me completely down. Is that because that person doesn't love themselves? You ever thought about it in that way?
Let me tell you something. You preaching to the choir, because do you know how many, and once again, I do not blame any because I can't blame nobody because it was myself, but I was that guy who, let me pour into you. Let me give you my all. And some, not all, but some of the people that I dated, I was giving them my all. I Maggie, I was that person, pull out my heart. You ain't got no beating heart.
There you go.
Here you go. Here's mine. I will die without you. PM dawning on them. And no matter what, I would hear some of them, I feel like you don't love me. And I would get a question mark. And I know I'm doing my part. So I would try harder. Now let me give you, y'all are hearing the words. Let me paint a picture for you. Maggie, we got 2 cups.
Mm-hmm.
One cup is whole. No cracks, no nothing. Let's say the other cup got tiny cracks,
Mm-hmm.
which means when you pour into it,
Oh,
it holds water for a little bit, but it's
it's
draining
slowly
out.
draining. Mm.
What I mean by that is this.
Mm-hmm.
If my cup is always full
Mm.
and yours have cracks, and some people they ain't even got no bottom. You pour into it, it's just going all out.
The bottom of the. Ooh,
Right.
ooh, ooh.
And you can't see it.
Mm.
If I keep pouring into you
Mm-hmm.
and it's slowly leaking down and you don't fix your leaks, I'm going to be drained, because no matter.
And to add to the analog, you said your cup was full.
Mm-hmm.
You're pouring into that person. It's no longer full.
Yeah, I'm draining, like just like you said, I'm full. As I'm pouring, I'm depleted. Let's say every day, because every day is a reset button. I start with a full cup.
Mm.
If I'm continuously pouring, I got to call you, I got to reassure you, there's arguments, there's fights, there's all this other stuff. If I'm pouring into you, I am draining myself. You ain't even able to hold my energy, and you can't pour back into me. So if I'm giving my all to you, and if somebody says, this is a telltale sign for me, when somebody tells me, I feel like you don't love me, we can't be together, because like Will Smith said, your happiness is not my responsibility. And some people, I can see why they got pissed off, because they don't have that mindset of, it's true, I'm not responsible for you. Because if I give you my happiness and
Mm-hmm.
you still not happy,
Mm.
how how is this going to work? So most people just know that's not supposed to, you the man, you
My
so you're the
man, my
woman, and
woman, my
right. That's not fair. Because once again, if I can't do anything to, and I can't make Maggie happy. As much as we're friends, there's nothing I can do to make Maggie happy. I may say, hey, Maggie, I may make her laugh. But then if she's not feeling great, again, that happiness can go down there. So if I keep trying to help Maggie and she
yeah,
can't hold it, that's
yep,
not going to work.
mhm,
Maggie has to find her own love life and her own love language.
mhm,
So if I pour into her, she don't need me to. But if I pour into her, it gives her that boost. She can pour back into me. But even if I'm not there, if Maggie got that champagne, that endless fountain, you seen them designs, Maggie, if she got her endless fountain, I found my love, I found my happiness, I do stuff to fill my own cup up.
yes.
Now I got room to pour into you and you overflowing. And then you may say, well, let me pour my champagne into you. It's all got everything to do with you, nobody else.
Let's get to this Jamie because I see two comments here. So Jamie said sometimes you give it your all and it's still not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Not even close.
Cracks.
And then you're repairing and you're just how can I live? How can I breathe? What can I do?
Sounding
You
like Drew Hill.
tell me what you want.
Girl.
Tell me what you need. When they
Girl.
used to, put their hand out to
Right.
the screen, baby. What do we go wrong here?
Right. Tell me if it ain't good enough for you, baby. If she keep telling you it ain't good enough, then guess what? You're gonna be drained. As much as these musical songs
Baby
sound
face.
good.
I'll pay your rent. I'll pay your dinner too. Soon as you get home from work.
And what's so bad about Babyface song is, let's say it's nothing wrong with if he does do that, but now she gonna get used to, you said you're gonna pay my rent, so he can't get mad if she got her hand out because you the one, like you said, I'll pay you put yourself in that predicament. So you can't, so you cannot be mad at her at all.
I'm sorry.
Misha says that was me pouring into them and
Forgetting
forgetting
about.
about me. And that is not a fun fact. That is not fun at all.
It's not. It's not. And I was doing that as well. I was trying to fix a broken person. And in the midst of that, I became broken
Say it again.
because I couldn't help them because they didn't want to help themselves. And I was doing all this. Let me patch up the cracks in your cup. Put the little bandage on it. Leaks right back on through.
Now, I will say this real quick. If you're with somebody where you can help them patch the cracks, but you cannot patch it for them. If I say, baby, you got some cracks and you deny it, I can't keep. But if I say, baby, you got some cracks, and you say, okay, where? And I help you to help yourself patch it, beautiful all day. But if they are not willing to look at their cracks, because everybody got them, the relationship, again, relationships are investment. I'm not investing in nobody who don't have their own investment. We need to be two investor bankers bringing ours together. Not I'm investing into you and you ain't got nothing. Nope.
When there's two people invested in themselves, happy, that's when you get all the people that just be like, oh, they're taking amazing trips. They're just, how did you make 20 years of marriage work? And y'all just seem so happy and lovey-dovey. It happens. It works.
It does.
If the right group of couple, being it relationships, friendships, all of that. You know how you have your long-term friends, like you said. Me and Cosmic, long-term friends. But both of us are in this world to better ourselves within. because we realize at a certain point, is you know what? I am broken. I need to fix myself because I'm going nowhere. I'm stagnant. My marriage, that person was just very complacent in where they wanted to be, complaining. Oh, what. That's not me. Sorry. Just not on that same path. You're draining me and you're draining all of this. We're not on the same paths here. Love you. Would you be willing to take this to couples therapy? I don't need that. Okay. Well, I'm going to work on me individually, and I hope you will do the same. Stuck around just to see what would happen. Didn't make the moves. Picked up the Bible. No offense to people, but this is my therapy here. It's like, oh, okay, whatever floats your boat, but you're still going through some issues and things that you need to really face. I'm sorry, a scripture is just something just to, okay, this
It's a
word says something.
band-aid.
It's a band-aid. Thank you. No offense to everybody, but some people use that as a shield of, this is protecting me here, but you wondering why things are still happening to you because you're not working on this. You're not doing it. So let's get right into the next one. I told you we're gonna get a little raw and real. So if it gets a little too much for you, I apologize. But then again, I don't.
Mm-hmm. It's got a sting.
Real. So the next one is, after stagnation is a sign, moving in circles. The next one is the emotional body.
Mm.
You gotta feel it to free it. So I'm gonna go into this one a little bit longer as far as some explanations and things like that. You can't logic your way out of grief. You must love yourself through it. Logic your way out of grief. Did I just say something about the scripture? Just see how that played into the next part of my conversation. We are not just mental and spiritual. We are emotional beings. Letting go doesn't mean being cold or disconnected. It means being brave enough to feel and still release. If emotions aren't processed, they become energetic anchors. Here's this here. Emotional mastery tools. Journaling with intention. I release what no longer serves me. Speaking out loud to your reflection or in a ritual. Crying without shame. Shaking and somatic breath work. Art, dance, music, movement, moves, and emotion. And we're going to go a little bit more deeper into that a little bit later, because we're going to talk about the mantra. Just some tips and things that you can do to kind of release some energy. So stick with us, people. Share this out because we're going to break it down a little bit more in detail. But that's just a little bit of your tools that you can start practicing here to understand that the emotion, you got to feel it first, understand it, recognize it, in order to free it. That's accepting it, for one thing. So what you get from that quote right there, emotional body, you got to feel it to free it.
I really do love that because I had to learn to balance my emotions,
Mhm.
and I used to run. First of all, I used to hold on to stuff. I didn't know how to properly release. For example, arguments happen in my all of my other relationships. And I could not for the life of me let it go because I would still feel it.
Mhm.
So if we had an argument and the people that I were with, they were so good at letting it go that I was like, how are you? I used to get mad. How you are able to let it go when this just happened an hour ago? This just happened. I didn't know how to. So I would carry stuff throughout the whole day, not because I wanted to, but once again, I didn't know about energy. I didn't know about how the emotions. We would go to bed. We would have a talk, but even after the talk, it would still be
Still,
there. And then I wake up the next day, she's happy because she found her own happiness, but I didn't know how to let go. So we're gonna talk about yesterday. I ever since I've learned, just like it said, you gotta feel it to free it. This is what I do now. Step one, if somebody makes me mad, I'll acknowledge it. You just pass some energy on to me. And we all know how, again, I'm from the A town is my second
Yes.
home. We know how it is when we get the beating our hand in the fist, we get the dropping down to the low. Like how who you think we looking? Y'all know how we be. Like we when I'm not looking at you and we get into how you we get the clapping. Step one, let that happen. Acknowledge the fact that I got some energy. Feel it, acknowledge it, release it. I wouldn't say lash it back at the person, but acknowledge, hold up, I'm angry. Can I talk to you for you made me feel this way? I need to get this off my chest, but do it in a healthy way. Don't yell and scream because when you get to yelling and screaming at one another, it all it does is amplify it and it becomes upset. Sometimes you can't control that and it'll blow up, but feel it. I feel this. Hey, can I talk to you for a second? But I also found out if you got a partner that will not listen to your emotions, you can't get it off your chest if they don't stop and say, my bad, I will receive. Tell me what I did wrong. Because it allows you to pour it out and say what's needed to be said. After you feel it, accept it, say it, acknowledge it, let it go. And when you do that, you move on. But a lot of people, just like how I was one, I didn't know how to do that. I all I knew was how to argue. And I thought the arguing would get out of play. I don't argue no more. Feel it, acknowledge it. Can I talk to you for a second? Even if you need to go into the room to calm down, don't call, don't text. Do not do them too. Do not argue, text, do not call. Wait until they go, hey, how you doing? Can we have a seat? Heck, I'll put on meditation music while we talk. Boom, boom. I'll play that frequency to put us in there. I'll play some Erica Badu. Hey, baby, da day. I'll play something that's gonna bring the mood in.
Yeah.
Baby, let me talk. Can I talk to you? Because that's one thing I did learn about women. I used to wonder why y'all would play music. Now I get it because you want to bring the tone
Either
to
want to bring the tone
surround
or that
you.
song is gonna match that energy. So it's gonna
Yes,
support
yes, yes. So I literally, if I need to bring that match frequency in there, Common, Erica Badu, at least something that's gonna be beautiful. Don't bring in nothing don't play DMX. That's the wrong frequency. I don't need you to do that. But bring enlightenment into the tone. Have a conversation where you speak, they listen. And then when you're done speaking, they speak and you listen. And if they're understanding of it, you can easily let it go. But if you don't have that with your partner, you're going to collide. So feeling it to free it. We're not just mental, we're spiritual, we're emotional beings. You have to acknowledge those emotions because when you learn, there's a difference between acknowledging and pushing it to the back of your head. Pushing it aside does not get rid of it. It just delays it for it to come back. And
Mhm.
every single time you keep pushing it back, it's going to kick the doors in even heavier. So when it said letting go doesn't mean cold or disconnected. It means being brave enough to feel and still release. So that safe space with your partner is 100% amazing. Like once again, Maggie and I, we never really had any debacles. If we did, we know how to come to one another. But because we have such a vibe, we've never really had, not saying it wouldn't happen, but when Maggie, Cosmic, I need to talk to, hey, talk to me. Send and receive. My bad, I didn't know that. Same thing with her. We are able to do that. So it becomes a lot easier. But if I was somebody who was, Maggie, what you talking about? It wouldn't last, or if it was vice
Get
versa.
defensive.
So yes, having that healthy relate, and again, friendship is a relationship,
Mhm,
partnership,
mhm.
business ship. It has that
Yep.
ship.
Yep.
You got to be able to know how to do that yourself. So even if I do come into somebody who I can't, uck with, I know to easily pull away and say, peace be unto you, brother or sister, but this ain't gonna last, but I leave it with love.
Love it. And I see what Misha said. I had to learn to be comfortable with uncomfortable conversations. And I'm glad she put that right there. And I'm going to take it back to something you just said, Cosmic. So you had to kind of sit back, I guess, because, it's dating a woman and you're reacting to certain things. When you was angry, you was upset, you wasn't hearing what she had to say.
Was not.
So it's like you're blocking it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk about it right now. I'm angry, or vice versa. She's angry. Y'all just over here. We mad today, and you going nowhere. But I'm gonna say this: the problem is, and this is coming back to that life coaching, if you will, communication styles. Learning what type of communication styles that you relate to, as far as yourself. How do you communicate? How do you take it in, etc.? How do you express yourself? Some people have problems with communicating, so it's like it used to be for me. When I looked back at it, it was hard for me to express exactly how I felt without being emotional, defensive, things like that. And I'm gonna break it down and dissect it just a little bit more. So with my studies and learning, in this coaching style, it's one thing, it's the approach, how you release that expression, your body language, how you're saying it to somebody, and how clear it is for them to understand it. At the same time, also stop listening to react every time that it comes out of there. You got to sit back, take a step, receive it first, and then respond. And then also, like you were saying, something where here is like, you made me feel, okay, Cosmic, you made me feel bad because I don't like how you said this the other day. Or you made me feel terrible because you went in here and said this, and and it brought me down. That person, because you're doing this, they can get defensive. What are you talking about? What you mean? It's because you. I'm blaming you for everything that I'm upset about. Oh, well, I don't see nothing wrong with how I was acting. So now I'm angry and I'm going to blame it on you. You're the reason, and you're the we're clashing. We're arguing. We're pointing at each other, but no. It's the redirection of how you communicate. It's like, you know what, Cosmic? I'm upset because today, when I put the paper on the table, and I did ask for you to read it, you pushed it to the side and went on about your business. And here we are at this show, not prepared. So now I feel unprepared, and that's making me less ready for this episode. So I felt the episode wasn't as great as it could be because I don't think that we were prepared. So now I feel we need to work on these things here, because if I give you a task to read, I would appreciate if you were to take a look at it, pay attention to it, because this is very important to us being successful. So you see how that approach kind of changes it up a little bit. It's like, oh, I didn't realize I didn't look at that paper and how important it was. You know what? I'm glad you said that. I was having a bad day today. My car broke down. My gas was out. I really was just not in my head today. And I'm sorry. You know what? Give me that paper again. Let's do this again. So that's how is that approach makes you feel, cause if I was to come to you in that way instead of you.
I I'm a I'm what's considered an empath. I don't know if anybody else identifies with that word. Um, I'll tell you what an empath is real quick. An empath is everybody is empathetic to a certain point. Basically, an empath is somebody I feel other people's energy strong like my own.
Hmm.
And if you're somebody who you don't identify with an empath, but what I just said, you're like, yo, it does. I can feel the room or I can feel when
Hmm.
somebody does that. That
Hmm.
means that you are an empath. And I'm such a strong empath. I don't like that first approach when you and all this other, it feels like I'm being stabbed.
Yeah.
And I used to have to explain this to certain people that I would deal with. I would say, yo, can you not talk to me that way? And because they didn't get it, they were just, why you so sensitive? Why you so this? Why you so that? And I'm just like,
Mhm.
it ain't like I was born to like I can turn these energy centers off. But when you say something, it's different when it's coming out your mouth because you're in that fiery rage. And once again, everything is energy. Just like if I come at you, Maggie, like this, versus Maggie, can I talk to you for a second? You could feel
Mhm.
the difference.
Mhm.
And I'm so glad that you actually brought up that fact of your approach means everything.
Yes.
Because if somebody kicking in the door, what the hell was such as you just you just amplified the battlefield to where even if I am, because I'm a very conflict uh I resolve a lot of conflicts. I don't take it there. But even if you come at me like that, I don't want to have to bring you down because it's not fair. Because just like you said, Maggie, me not looking at the piece of paper, and by the way, just so everybody know, that was a scenario that didn't really happen. But
Yeah,
um,
that's just a scenario. We
yeah,
actually like we're two of the same kind. So
mm-hmm,
if I'm slacking in something or I can't get to something, here's an outline of everything right here for me. Like here you go. There you
mm-hmm,
go. Just
yeah,
look at it.
yeah. Maggie Litter and I are like male, female of the same twin energies. That's why we click. But when when Maggie made that statement of, okay, Aaron, when did you look at it? And it was, I had car trouble. If Maggie doesn't know that and she comes in firing, it's that for ooh, something just came to me. Imagine if Maggie and I was talking and I was like, Maggie, first of all, before I say something, how was your day? Now you get to tell me what you went through versus Maggie, that show we just did, because it could be you lost your mom, you did something done happen. And
Yeah.
if I put that
Your
feather
job.
on top, it breaks the camel's back. But if I come in and say, first of all, how are you feeling today? I'm dealing with this. Now I'm like, ooh, ooh. Now I know why you was off. Now I know why. And this does take practice because a lot of us don't do that. And if you don't do it, don't feel bad, but make it a practice of,
Checking in.
yeah, but if you're angry, don't go into a situation with that fire. Take a moment, breathe, nam yo hore keiko, whatever it is that you do. And then when you're calm, come into the situation. Maggie, first of all, how are you doing? What was it that you're dealing with? Even if she just says, fine, okay, I wanted to address something to you. That approach feels so much better. Now, I know some people are saying, well, Cosmic, what if you do that approach and they still firing off at you? Do not elevate with them. You make it a
Mm-mm.
mental
Don't
note.
match
If
them.
yes, because if you're up here,
Hmm.
do not let them drag you down, because the moment they fire off and you fire off, you drop down low and get your eagle on, girl, in not a good way.
Yeah.
So you want to be able to take note. If I were to come to Maggie with all my niceness and she was still popping off, firing off, and doing all of this, this is gonna make I'm gonna have a mental note. Maggie does not listen. This is the third or fourth time that I realized that Maggie and I friendship or business, especially business.
Hmm.
If the business feel like that, no, it's not happening. I can deal with a friendship to a point. even a relationship to a point, but business, because you're messing with the money. But make a mental note. Okay, I can't deal with this person.
Got to learn
But
how to
now,
communicate with each other, you know?
yeah, I'm not even gonna just ghost you. I'm gonna tell you, hey Maggie, so for the past 3 weeks, I've been trying to da 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 da, and this is why we can't do our business together. I'm gonna come to you that way, let you know, and then I'm gonna pack my bags and leave. So that approach,
Hmm.
that calmness,
Hmm.
that is such an important piece because you, once again, what if I'm thinking about suicide that day and you didn't know and you come in, use a such and such and such and they hold it in, they don't say nothing. Next thing you know, because you never
You
know.
never know what people are going through.
Yes.
Absolutely. Hmm. You never know. So, and I'm glad you said that because I want to go into our final, and then we're going to get to our mantra. Um, I've got a little chart that I want to put up there, and then of course we got a little bit of few minutes here. Letting go with grace.
Real quick, you ready for the chart or
Not yet. That's coming
okay.
after this.
Okay, just let me know when.
Mhm. With grace. Love is the exit strategy. So, with that, don't let your exit from something be the curse that binds you to it. When you let go with hate, bitterness, or judgment, you stay energetically entangled in that. Kind of like how you were saying you come in there angry and you just notice how you can't calm down and
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna let this go. I'm going to bed. I'm gonna wake up on it because I am hot right about now. Because we went to bed angry. And I always said that don't go to bed with that energy. Period. That's singly, relationship wise, friendship wise. Do not go to bed with that energy. Um, Also, love is the only clean cord cutter.
Mm-hmm.
Send gratitude for the role they played, the lesson they taught, the space they provided. Because now you're free. You're free. So that's that acceptance. That's that, okay, you know what? Now I see this is not going to work out. I'm perfectly okay with that. We're just not on the same page here. It's just we are going in two different directions here. I love you and I love everything about you and I love everything that you've taught me about myself as far as the things that I'm going to take from this. I'm not going to be bitter about it. I'm thankful for it allowing me to see the things that I needed to see to be a better person moving forward. This is I'm not regretting this situation. I appreciate for all the things that you put into my life, good or bad. It's a lesson. Thank you. That's that accepting it. And sometimes you don't even have to tell that person that you forgive them and things like that. Forgiveness is not for them at all. Forgiving it is for you. And you don't even have to basically say it. So we're going to get into this mantra in this chart too. But that quote right there, letting go with grace, love is the exit strategy. How does that make you feel?
100% real on that because letting go of something with love versus grief is a very beautiful thing simply because I'll relate it to my previous relationships. I remember how a lot of my relationships did not end very well. And that's of the norm because nobody likes heartbreak, nobody likes the way it ends. Nobody it's never a good thing. But when you I don't like going back in my mind being like, oh, I don't when we exited, it was harsh because it's a sting. I don't want to look back and be like that person, that situation, because that's a memory core, that's an energy that needs to be fixed. Think about it like if you got a house, right? And certain every room work, but you got that one room where that light bulb keep on flickering and you're ignoring it.
I'm muted. No, I was saying
Oh,
my mama room.
oh, okay. Just making
They
sure.
had their house.
Um,
Yeah, you're good.
yeah, with the if you can well that light bulb keep flickering. You need to fix that light bulb. That light bulb flickering, think about it as an imagery in your mind. I
Hmm.
personally want my house to illuminate with all lights. So if I keep ignoring that light bulb and push it to the side, that light bulb is letting you know there's a problem here.
Hmm.
No, what if that light bulb, I'm thinking it'll be okay. But what if that light bulb is a bad connection that's going to shut down my whole house within 2 days? And because I ignored it, now all my lights done went out. And that's exactly how it is with the brain. There's a part of you that you can be like, I'm holding on to that person. That creates other illnesses in the body. And when you just say, it's okay, I'm going to just ignore it, you may not feel it now, but
Hmm.
years down the line, it could shut down parts of your brain, parts of your body. It could hurt that person. People have left this earth with and I can't stand going to nothing against anybody, but I do not like going to funerals where people are like, oh, I wish I should have. Take care of it now. Heal that relationship
Yes.
now. Do not come to my funeral or anybody else's crying and hooping. And I wish I had more. You had time. That light bulb was flickering. So when I learned to once again looking at myself was the best decision ever. What did I do to them that made them feel that way? What did I contribute? I know they were upset, but why were they upset?
Mm.
Let me release that. And that took me a minute. What did I do? And Maggie, I got a funny story. One relationship I had, we ended. It wasn't even really a long it was like a dating ship. She did something where I really won't say it's cheating, but she started talking to somebody else. I knew it. She was a little bit younger than me, but I matured. When I had a conversation with her, she thought I was gone.
Yeah.
Ike Turner,
Oh,
and I'm not that
speaking of, we just
person.
watched just what's love got to do. It's funny how you
Right.
said that.
When I came with her with love, Maggie, she couldn't comprehend. I said, I understand that this happened. You know what? I'm a little bit older than you. I understand because I understood. I went through my trauma. Her face was stuck like a, wait a minute. So you're okay? I was like, yes. You're not gonna yet. No, I'm not. It almost messed her up because she's so used to ugh as
Yeah.
a releasal. But
Yeah.
when I showed her, and I'm glad it stuck in her mind because now when she leaves, she can say, I remember this guy I dated where he was so compassionate. Now that's what I want to look for. Cause the impression that you leave, if I leave a job kicking over trash cans, I'll be, oh, that fool. But if I leave with, wow, they got rid of him and he left with peace, people remember that. So letting something go with love and acknowledging that you did something, that is the best thing that ever happened to me. I had issues. I had trauma. I did things I wasn't supposed to. Did they do things? Yes, but I don't put no blame on me, 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 me. When you learn to say the me,
Yep.
the symphony it sounds so much better.
So, and it's just gonna be a little a tidbit that people didn't know about me. So, I just went through this last winter around November, December, and I'm feeling a particular person of um. Okay, here it is. So, I met someone at a meet and greet. I host a lot of lesbian because here in Atlanta, lesbians just can't get they be in all these groups and stuff like this. We want to hang out, we want to do stuff together and stuff like that, and they don't get outside the chat basically or the group, if you will. So I created this, and a lot of people were doing it though, but I actually ended up being successful because I started it during Pride Week, Atlanta Pride Week, and it's actually coming up. So these are people I'm starting to get to know from those meeting greets I'm hosting. And this particular lady came to the meet and greet. It wasn't even supposed to be just a meet and greet. Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. We went to Bingo Loco or something like that, whatever. I guess there was a connection there. Didn't see it, I didn't understand it, or what have you. So this is me saying I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm not really interested in that. But I'm willing to get to know somebody. Hey, what have you? So that ended up being, because of course we all met with some friends. Everybody was having a great time. The friend that I brought with me that met up with that person, because it was like three of us, she invited someone after the big event, the bingo. So we decided to go to dinner somewhere, because it's like they wasn't serving dinner there. Let's go have some drinks and have dinner somewhere nearby. So that friend of mine was dating other people. So she decided, hey, I'm gonna bring my friend in if that's okay with you ladies. So I end up being her date and her sitting on that side of the table. It's me and my newly met person on the opposite side. I noticed just the gestures and things like that. Okay, well, okay, I guess somebody's interested in possibly. I didn't think nothing of it. And then our date, whatever, everybody went home and things like that. But we did exchange numbers. Long story short, we connected and hanging out a lot more. I brought in New Year's with this person. It started becoming to where we're seeing each other every week, things like that. And we still was saying we wasn't trying to date, but it was like, you know what? I'm liking this feeling. I'm interested in you. I would like to get to know you a little bit more. Cool. Okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. But this person was going through something where they weren't completely healed from their situations. And I've had already done my work and I'm healing because, of course, I'm fresh out of a marriage. That's why the main reason was like, I'm not rushing into anything right now, but we can be friends. We can get to know each other. That's cool. Let's be at a pace that I can handle, because a situationship that I had before that was toxic, because it was like, hey, you're divorced now. Boom, here I am. I'm not ready for this. That was a point in my life where it was, long story short. Anyway, we'll get into that. But what happened was the energy, the chemistry was there, and it was like, you know what? I'm gonna pull back a little bit. I'm afraid of this right now. What is happening here? It feels too good to be true. The communication started tapering off. And I'm a person that likes consistency. And what happened was the communication stopped coming. It's like, okay, man, I'm busy. Shoot, we're not obligated to one another. We're just getting to know each other. I understand that you got some things, I got some things. Cool. But she came to me and she was like, you know what? After a while, Maggie, I feel like there is a disconnect going on right now. It's like, yeah, I agree. I think so. Couldn't understand it, but later on, she told me I self-sabotaged because it felt too good. So, but to me, I looked at it now and I look back at it. It was like, well, you know what? At least she was letting me know before it got too deep. So it didn't go anywhere. And then, of course, it just really started. And of course, I can go real deep into this conversation and more, but that's the surface level of it. We just realized we're not looking for the same things here right now, or she's not ready. It's perfectly fine. So, that was an exit strategy I had. Just like, you know what? Okay, I'm going to accept it for what it is. And I'm going to just walk away from it. And I do wish you the best. I hope you get all the things that you need to get healthy and mentally ready for your next relationship or whatever case may be, but get yourself together. So, yeah, letting it go with grace. It could have been, you wasted my time. I could have really reacted because, yeah, it kind of hurt my feelings just a little bit because I was
Hmm.
really getting kind of comfortable with this person. But at the same time, I was protecting my heart from it, not to, have any hopes about it either. Just no expectations. It's just like, let's just let it flow how it goes. So that's
Yes.
the story.
And like Will said, we appreciate your honesty, Maggie. And it's incredibly hard out there. You have to do it at your own pace. And Will, I gotta agree with you on that because, like you said, Maggie, you pictured it, you recognized it,
Hmm.
and with you letting it go, because we never know if somebody may bounce back into our lives, or we never know how you leave a situation. People will not express this, but everybody is hurt. Every Some people are very good at masking their emotions. They may not admit it. And I've met some people like that. I've met women that were so hardcore, they're not showing me their emotions. So I thought that it wasn't crap. Like I guess they didn't really care until later on they came out and opened up to me. So it's good that you left it with
Hmm.
that acceptance, because
Hmm.
it leaves a lasting impression and a resume of you're showing them ways of how to handle it, and she will have walked away with, Maggie respected what I was able to do, and that's somebody I want to, it might not be Maggie, but the next
Yeah,
person,
the next person.
I want them to be able to see that. And it
Yeah.
just suits so much better because you don't, in relationships, I had to realize this: everybody wants love. Nobody wants to come into a relationship and say, I hope this doesn't last. Everybody wants love. Everybody wants support. Everybody wants bread and butter,
Hmm.
flowers and roses.
Hmm.
Everybody hurts, but they might not show it.
Hmm.
But realize that, because like I said, I had to recognize this for myself. I loved every person that I was with. Had I wished things changed? Absolutely. But this world we live in is very toxic. And I don't want anybody leaving and saying, because this brings me back to one best friend I had who was like me and you, Maggie. We were like this. She was a Gemini. We ended, it was in the weirdest way how we ended. Honestly, I think she was a little bit upset because I was giving her friends a time of day and she friend zoned at me. But you put me in the friend zone, so how else am I supposed to realize it? But I didn't find out later. She was a little bit upset because I didn't give her the time of day, but you didn't express that to me. But long story short, I lost out on the best friend. And when I tried to come back and mend it, she held on to it. Even after I had my spiritual awakening, I called her. I think I emailed her. I said, "Hey,
You
we
told me
haven't,
about that.
yeah, we haven't spoken in year. We like how you and I are.
Hmm.
We were like this." And I came back and emailed her, "Hey, how's everything going? I just want to apologize. I miss you as my best friend."
Hmm.
That email in return, I won't go into detail, but let's just say she held on to it. And I was like, wow, out of all those years that we shared and we were close, she held on to it. Still don't know if she's holding on to it today, but I had to say, you know what? Your happiness is not my responsibility. I let it go with love. I accepted it. And I hope that you're able to move on. So releasing it with love, I'm telling you, it'll make you feel better. I can't control everybody else, but it helps for yourself.
Okay, okay. So I'm ready now.
Okay.
Because of course we've been in this conversation about 2 hours, and you know what? Sometimes it happens that way. Let me take this banner off. We're gonna let that go. So, with that being said, now if you're still with us, put some champagne glasses in the chat. Um, you can do your meditation images, whatever you want to put in the chat, just letting us know that you're still with us and you're taking this all in. Of course, we can go on and go on and go on, but of course, we like to have a little visual piece here because this is the steps of letting go. So, with my blind self, I still have to look at it, and I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. Unless Cosmic, can you see it? Are you able to kind of?
Yeah, I can see it clearly. I don't know about it. It's clear as day for me.
Okay, well, go ahead. If you can go ahead and just break it down, the speaking exercises, the mantras, ritual practice, and this is more into your work anyway. So your
Okay.
teachings. So I would love for you to go ahead and just speak into that.
Absolutely. So these are some steps for letting go. And again, Maggie created this, so thank you for this. It's a beautiful piece.
Like,
We got speaking exercises and mantras. And remember, like Maggie said, the brain is a muscle and it's going to take time. You have to exercise the brain. And if people don't know what mantras are, they're just words that you can speak. Mantra, I believe, is just a different language, but it's basically translating to these are words that you need to tell yourself repeatedly so your brain feels that energy.
mhm,
We have stand in front of a mirror, and this is my favorite. Stand in front of a mirror or in a quiet room. Place your hand on your heart or place your hand on your heart. Now, that's called mirror work for a lot of people who don't know. Once you do that, looking at yourself in the mirror, what does a mirror do? It bounces energy off.
mhm,
So, looking at yourself acknowledges that self. So, find a mirror or a quiet place. If you have a mirror, it's best. If not, it's okay.
mhm,
Find a mirror, put your hand over your heart, and you can say things like, I release all that has served its purpose in my life with gratitude and peace. I no longer carry energy that isn't mine, and I return it to source with love. I am free. I am whole. I am ready to receive that aligns with me now. And no more holding on to pain disguised as purpose. I let it go. Now, let me dive deep into that because this may be foreign language to a lot of people. It used to be for me. When you tell think about your brain as, I mean, not your brain, your mouth as a remote control or a video game. If people play video games or remote control, this is the activation. This is the jump, the exit, the left, right, the up, down, circle, circle.
mhm.
This is your controller.
Yes.
Your ears are the input. The brain is the video game. When you say things like I release, it's activating the center part of your brain that's saying, okay, step one, they're getting ready to release something. And what follows, I release all that has served its purpose in my life with gratitude and peace. When you say I release all,
Mhm.
that's like hitting highlight everything and the delete button. Because what's
Yes.
beautiful is you may say, I don't know, I release my mama or I release my dog or my cat. You may be new to it, and that's okay. But when you say I release all, it activates those parts of your brain that you don't know exist. So it's like a cheat code to get rid of all that served its purpose. This friend, this family member, this served my purpose. So I release it with gratitude and peace because I learned my language. The next one, I no longer carry energy that's not mine. I return it to source with love. Again, video game, I no longer carry energy. I'm done with this. Bag lady, throwing it away. It's not mine. I don't want it anymore. I return to source. Most people, and again, I didn't know this, you have things that you're holding on to in the back of your brain. You don't know it's there, but it's there. So when you say return to sender, because let's just be honest, as much as I love myself, everybody don't mess with Cosmic. As much as Maggie is amazing, everybody, some people don't mess with Maggie. You got some people out there who will be throwing shade to you just because they want to. But when I say it's not mine and I return it to sender,
Yep.
clap back.
Mm,
You got I am free and I am whole. Once again, freeing that energy from me and I'm whole and I'm ready. Everybody in the chat, either write I'm ready or say it out loud to yourself. I am ready to receive what aligns with me now. A translation, that's saying, God, ancestor, spirit, God, whoever it is that you believe, take out the trash. I'm ready to receive. That's an activation code because you got some y'all. I want y'all to understand something. Y'all got some gifts that's waiting for you to be received. But when you don't activate it, when you don't go into the bank and say, my name is Cosmic and this is, I'm ready to receive that $1 million check from whoever, it ain't gonna come to you. So I let go. I am ready to receive what
Yes.
aligns with me. You don't
Mhm.
know what's out there, but you're saying I'm ready to receive it. And then the other one, no more holding on to the pain disguised as purpose. I let it go. These mantras
Mm.
are very good. And then we got the tips. Burn it or bury it. That's my absolute favorite. Burn it or bury your response if you're ready to fully release.
Mm.
Fire pits, fire purifies, earth transforms. Repeat these 3 to 7 to 13 days. Say it until your soul believes it. If y'all, here's another tip where it says burn it, write down on a piece of paper everything that's bothering you. Get it out of your head. Once you do that, go outside, take that match. For my smokers, y'all know what I'm talking about. Light it up and watch it disappear. That is a beautiful ritual because your eyes and your brain are seeing. You took everything that bothers you, energy on paper, and you're burning it. And as you're burning it, I let it go. I release it. It no longer serves me. You'll feel so much lighter. Step for practices.
And,
We,
and and of course, AI decided they don't know how to spell practices, and it's gonna be a little textual situations, but you guys get the point here, okay?
yeah, that ain't Maggie spelling that. That's AI is learning. But
Gotta
yeah. So
learn
y'all,
it a little bit.
yeah, step for praxises.
They got the second ritual practices. They got that right.
Right. So ritual and practices, okay? Burn the letter ritual. Like I said, oh, and this is I love this. Write a letter. Write a letter to, I don't know what that says.
I
Write a
guess I think write a letter to them or using it for. Well, you know
okay.
what? Go ahead and do your definition of
Okay,
writing.
yeah.
Okay, go
So
ahead.
we get what it means. Right. So here's another thing, and I do this all the time now. It works. If I got beef with somebody
Hmm.
and I don't want to deal with it, or if something is bothering me, remember, people have spirits and energy, or the person may be gone. They may not be living anymore, and they may be long distance. Write a letter. If it's an angry letter, if it's a peaceful letter, write a letter out to that person. Because what you're doing is you're taking it from your mind. And I
Hmm.
want people to really get this. Writing and spelling is not just I'm writing. Scientifically, you are taking this thought, it is transferring through your hand to that pencil or that pen, and it is
Absolutely.
going on it is a energy transfer. You can look this stuff up energy wise. Take all that information in your head. I can't stand you. You get on my nerve. I want to get all of it out. Burn it. First read it and then burn it and say that I release it. Mirror work. This is another beautiful one. Here's a quick story, real quick. When I first started doing mirror work, because if you see it, it says, I forgive you. I release what no longer belongs. I give myself permission to move on. The first time I started doing mirror work, I felt dumb. I won't lie to you. Because I was like, this don't make no sense. I stood in the room, looked in the mirror, and I started talking to myself. Kid you not, without even trying, it felt like somebody turned on a water faucet and all these tears. It wasn't just one, you know how it's a small tear and it takes forever? Maggie, it literally felt like somebody like turned on a faucet
Faucet.
and it was draining itself. And I was like, I had no idea that talking to myself. Because I said, Aaron, for all the relationships, the fact that I didn't listen to you, because you have a version of you inside of you, that intuition. Two
Hmm.
people came together to make one. So if you're out here, that voice in your head, that's the other energy of you. And when you don't listen, that's a relationship that you're ignoring. So when you look at yourself and say, I forgive you, please forgive the fact that we didn't listen. Please forget the fact that I didn't listen to you. You will start to release those energy packages and those draining. That's another thing you can do for mirror work. We got Breath work and release, very important as well. If you ain't breathing, if you're talking all the time and all that, you ain't breathing, take time to
Yeah.
you that will release so much. 4 to 7 8 method. Okay, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, and then exhale for 8 seconds. Let's try that right now. I want y'all to breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anytime you upset, anytime you angry, anytime you about to smack a, y'all know,
3, 2, 1. 1, 2,
yes.
3.
And that actually works too. I'm telling y'all, take a moment before you do something because you are saving yourself. Okay. Breathe. Remember, letting go doesn't mean you don't care. It does not mean you a punk. It does not mean you soft. I know how it is, my ATLians. You soft, you did letting go. Forgiveness is not softness. You are setting yourself up for beauty, okay? For success.
Mhm.
Letting go doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care enough to grow.
Yes. Uh-oh, can you not hear me?
No, I can hear you.
Okay. No, I was just yesing with you,
Oh, okay.
preaching to the choir.
Yes. So once again, I can honestly tell you all, these practices and these steps, I personally do them all the time. This is what helped me on my 7 year journey. And I am such a better person. And matter of fact, let me ask you, Maggie, just like you asked me, what's your favorite on this list? And do you personally, have you done these things? Have they helped you out?
You know what? I'm more of a mirror person myself. Because I'm not a big writer, because people don't give me journals and all kinds of things. And now I write things of a note on my notepad, but it's more about business and things. So I'm a writer when it comes to a blueprint of, my, what skills and tools and things I want to learn, and the next steps to take.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally is the two of them here. The favorite one is the mirror work, my daily affirmations and things like that, where I'm looking at myself. A lot of times we don't recognize ourselves in that mirror. And we got to face ourselves and talk to ourselves. And like you said, you feel dumb doing it. But it's like, you know what, Maggie, you know, you're brave. You're
Yes.
strong. You know, it's okay that things went wrong. It's all right if those people left you. You know, talking to yourself in the mirror when you're hearing it. And it's like, feel those emotions, feel those tears come down. I need to release that inner energy that's just stuck here that got me angry. I'm upset. I'm hurt. I'm I'm taking it out on everybody. I'm starting to drink. I'm starting to smoke. I'm not in a happy place. But Maggie, I forgive you. It's okay that you went through these things. Life happens. But it's what you do at this point when you accept it. I accept that you fell down. I accept that I make those mistakes. I accept those things. But I'm gonna be a better person, you know? So, and then breath work, release, that one, I'm doing it all the time. With my kids, especially. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Now they don't understand it. Like my oldest, she was like, "Why are you walking away?" I'm like, "Just give me a moment, please."
Mm-hmm.
They huffing and puffing. Who want to talk about it right now? I think you want to let Mama have her moment before we get into this fully.
Before that backhand come to send you back
So
to the Lord.
give me 50 feet, please. Let me gather myself. Hmm. Now, what is wrong with you? How can we have this conversation here? Thank you. So, those are my two favorite ones. Definitely, the breathing exercise works for me. It hurts, but ultimately, that's just stuff I do, not stuff I am. What you laughing at, lady? What you laughing about? And I know we're getting ready to wrap this up because I do have something going on next. But what's your favorite one though? What's your? I know you said the mirror one is you liked.
Yeah,
Most.
mirror work, but the letters.
Gotcha.
And I actually have been doing it took me a minute to get the truth about how writing letters actually do work, cuz I would hear it, but I was just like, is this stuff really working? But lately, Maggie, since I've been using that muscle of writing the letters constantly, when I write something, and oh, that just reminded me. I don't know if anybody recognized, or if y'all didn't know me long enough. I just cut some of my locks off. My lock journey, my spirit told me I needed to release. I cut off 4 inches from each lock. And the reason I did that was because I was going through, and again, I love my locks. They were long, they looked delicious and lovely, but I started my lock journey when I was going through some traumatic issues. And every day, even though I'm doing so many successful stuff, it was something that was bothering me. Like again, that light fixture in the house I told you, where I said that when the light bulb is flickering,
Hmm.
I couldn't figure out what it was. So I wrote a letter to myself, and I specifically remember what I wrote. I said, Aaron, I want us to move forward. If there's something I need to sacrifice, I don't care what it is, tell me. Because I'm tired of this stagnation. I'm tired of going in a circle. I wrote a letter to myself. I didn't know what was going on. I went to sleep. The next day I woke up, I heard clear as day, you need to cut some of your locks off. Because I didn't just hear cut your locks off. It didn't say cut all your locks off. It said that feeling that you're feeling, even though your locks look good long, you got the new growth, that's new versions of you, but
Hmm.
that light bulb fixture that's flickering, you need to get rid of that section.
Yes.
I said, that's exactly what it is. I got up, took my scissors, measured exactly 4, and snipped each one. In the moment I did that, I felt like everything was released in the best way possible. And got you. Y'all. So being able to, you, Mikey, what you,
No, good. I'm just saying we're
oh,
just closing up. I'm saying
oh, okay.
we
Okay,
closing
that
up.
that last one kind of got me to but yeah, I'll wrap this up. Releasing energy from your body, burning it, wrapping it, doing whatever you need to,
Hmm.
will literally help you get out of that stagnation of what it
Yes,
is that you're dealing with.
absolutely. And I love that. I love that. And oh Lord, it went off the screen. But remember, people, letting go doesn't mean you didn't care. It means you care enough to grow. Letting go doesn't mean you didn't care. Oh, okay. It means you care enough to grow as well. Oh Lord, is that the same thing? Okay, whatever the case may be. AI, love you, AI, but we're gonna figure this thing on out. We will. Um, so of course we went over a little bit more time than I expected, but that
We
was great
appreciate that.
conversation. I do have some obligations to follow here, and that's just the work of a businesswoman. As like with Cosmic, he got things going on. So, but of course, I'm not rushing anything or anything like that. They can wait. Business can wait. That's what I meant by that. So, with that being said, I wanted to throw this quote up real quick again because people didn't see it the first time around.
Hmm.
I put this out there because it was really it hit me, and I was like, I'm gonna put this out here. I may not see it all yet, but I know God is aligning everything in my favor. Great things are on the way, and my spirit is ready to receive them. So this is when you're releasing everything. You're doing that mirror work. You're writing that letter. You're burning it. You're taking your accountability, and you're saying, you know what? I face this head on, this trauma and everything else. I'm going to go take my therapy. I'm going to address this. But I forgive myself for the things that I've done, how I treated people, how I treated myself, etc., etc., etc. You release all that energy, people, friends, family, relationships, whatever the case may be. Now that weight is off your shoulders.
And it feels good.
Everything starts to align in your favor. And that's what that quote means. Things are starting to happen for me that it might have been there. I might not have seen it right then. But some people saying that a lot of times it's when you're at your lowest. That's when their high is coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's when those good things is finna. This is your journey. This is your test. And it's how you overcome it and what happens there. So that's my quote. And looking gorgeous as ever. Great show as always, you guys. Always.
Yes, yes.
Meditation and reflection. Thank you. Thank you.
We appreciate y'all. I feel like y'all have learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, that's why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
It is a new energy. It is a new time. Ignorance is no longer bliss. We are here to give you everything that we have learned because we want everybody to be able to. We don't want people to be angry no more, to walk in shame. Everybody is a billionaire within themselves. All you got to do is claim it. But first, you got to release all that energy. So I want to say, Maggie, I appreciate you bringing the Candid Room in
Yes.
because it's such a beautiful experience. You poured, you allowed me to see what I need to see. You got a chance for me to deal with your beautiful audience. You got me back on my high horse to say, Cosmic, it's time for you to step back in. So
Yes.
again, I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody in the comment, the new people that's on here. I love all of y'all.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you too. I love you. I love everybody in the chat. I love just all the things that people are putting out there and pouring out to us in this chat. Like I said, this is an unbiased platform. So get it out. We're not judging you. Whatever you're feeling, however you're feeling, I appreciate the paragraphs, the yeses that comes through, because that means we're touching you in some type of way, people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We appreciate you. And if you guys want to donate to the channel, there is a Maggie T Cash App if you want to donate to that. Is $ Maggie T Productions. Just like that. If you guys want to give back and get us a coffee mug or whatever, we'll take all the donations you can possibly get. Okay. There you go. Donate to the channel. Like I said, Candid Room is where champagne kisses meets confession. I did make some confessions today. So
Yes, we
I
all
love
did.
you guys. And let me go ahead and get to this next meeting I got coming up right after work and a show. But that's how life's. Good night,
Absolutely.
people. Thank you,
Appreciate y'all.
Cosmic. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is a beautiful show. We are signing off tonight. Thank y'all. We will see y'all next week. Enjoy
Yeah,
yourselves and continue to be the best versions of yourself.
absolutely. Thank you. It meant a lot to see how we had seen similar experience down the road. Cosmic, absolutely love it. And we're gonna be back to hear more. We out.
All right.
Good night.